can women channel their energy to the right stuff?
Well, actually, the truth about it is that there are people who don't believe in God, but I think it's just to be right with God is the one thing that makes all the difference. It's the one factor that makes all of the difference. Because if you're gonna say, "Oh, I'm not gonna do wrong," I don't know. You don't have that power within yourself to not miss it on the way, Because you find out that there are people who just behave a certain way. No, they are doing well, and then money comes, and then they turn around and behave another way, So what's the only factor that can make that difference? It's just God. It's God that makes all of.
I think empowerment also helps.
Okay.
Women need to be empowered because you see women, for them, they might be in the wrong place.
Okay.
Sometimes investing in the wrong people.
Sure.
But they believe that they can change a certain person because of their creativity. Like they think they are creative and they can as well help certain people. So imagine a woman who has invested so much in a man in whom she knows very well is wrong. But yet she kept believing I can change this man. And then sometimes for my children, like I said, women are selfless. So irrespective of the challenges she's encountering, she wants to use that her selflessness to still remain there, believing that one day things will change.
Hello, welcome to Question Up Podcast, a segment of podcast that will question everything about the church, African communities, and families. And I'm your host, Ubong Johnny. And in the house today, I have amazing, wonderful ladies join me in this very conversation. To my right is Emma Udom. Emma Udom is an educationist, profound educationist, and also a graduate from the prestigious University of Uyo. And she does a lot of things. Let me allow her to continue the introduction.
Well, he said it all. I'm an educationist, a registered teacher, and also an advocate for women's empowerment and rights. And also an accountant, though.
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
Welcome, Emma. Right to my left, I have a very strong woman. She's a strong woman. And she's into digital marketing and data analysis. And she's a wife. And let me introduce herself from there.
All right, so like you said, my name is Emma Bishop, and I'm into social media management. I also do data analysis, and in between, I do educational resources for children as well. Wow. Thank you for having me.
Thank you too. It's good. Also, my guests are also the host of Truth in Bikinis podcast. Please go to YouTube, search Truth in Bikinis podcast, and then subscribe to the channel and watch amazing videos, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for today's episode, our topic is the unsung strength of a woman. The unsung strength of a woman. To commemorate the International Women's Day, there are some things that women do. There are some energy women possess that are hidden, that are not celebrated, that are not popular as it may. So that is what we want to discuss today, diving deep to the hidden strength of a woman. All right, so let's hit the ground running, as our president would say. Let's hit the ground running. Okay, ma'am, please let me start with you.
Okay.
Okay. Over the years, I have seen that women are this amazing being, strong creatures by God. And someone once said that if you have a team and then a woman is not there, then your team is not complete. Tell me, what is so special about a woman?
Oh, well, I think that, right from the very beginning, God did it specially. So God started that specialty that we found in women. There's so much about a woman that's sometimes we just uncover ourselves as we grow. But just from the very beginning, you find out that women are women are amazing creatures. Yeah. And we cannot emphasize how important they are enough. We cannot talk about their importance. That's why we have how many Women's Day in a year? So we cannot celebrate women enough. Women are wonderful.
Is that not?
And for so
that's bias, right?
for so many reasons, So we have that strength. They bring in they had so much color to the family. And you talk about the country, women stand up. You see women stand up for what's right. And it's not like we don't have, sometimes we don't have disadvantages here and there. But when you see a woman wants to go after a cause, she does it with all her might. She does it with all her might. All of her strength, the typical, when you put your hand to the plow, do not turn back. Yes, that's a woman for you.
Big time. Let me come to you, Maria. So someone once said that woman means a man with a womb, like womb man. Someone said that. So what is so special about the women folk?
So many things. That women are so special. Seriously. They have this strong-willed spirit in them. They are so resilient. Despite the challenges they might face, it cannot stop them. They have this strong-willed. If a woman wants to do something, she will make sure she does her very best. That's why they say what a man can do, a woman can do even more better. Of course. Seriously.
Better?
Seriously. That's why a woman can do different things at the same time. Taking care of the husband, the children, she is working, running a business, doing everything together, sometimes without even complaining. That's the woman for you. And then she has this kind of creativity. Women have creativity in them. Don't be surprised.
It's like you have set the ball already. You've talked about multitasking.
Yes.
Do so much within.
So many. They do so many things at the same time. And sometimes they are not even affected.
Yeah.
Because they have it in them.
Meanwhile, a man cannot do so many things at a time. A man just needs...
A man is just concentrated at it's just one thing.
Yeah.
I heard a man saying that once his wife left the baby for him to take care of, and he's kind of complaining sometimes before then that why are you so not that fast in certain things? That just one day, it wasn't 1 week self, the wife was ill and she had to go to the hospital. And she told him, please, you take care of the kids, just 2 children. The man said, only that day, when the wife returned for it, she said, honey, you are the best. Because of the headache he had handling 2 kids. He said, so this is what my wife has been passing through. And she'll make sure my food is served, everything is ready. But look at just one day, changing diapers, and this one will become, children with wahala.
Yeah.
And a woman doing that quietly and still making sure the house is put in place. Seriously, women are something else. They are just so cool.
Yeah. Like, want to say something?
Oh, well, not really.
Okay.
But I agree. I totally agree.
Okay, so you once mentioned about creativity of a woman. I remember that even when my dad was not that financially stable, and they will give mommy just 5K to make soup.
Yeah.
And then
You will see.
So just really very nice meal out of that.
Yeah, and you'll be like, how did you do this? How did they do that?
I think even though I can't relate to your 5K magic, the 5K magic your mother was doing. Well, I just think that women are just generally problem solvers, So if you hand a woman, if there's a challenge, women don't back out from challenges.
Yeah.
Yes, women. You rarely find a woman who comes against a challenge and backs away. Yeah. You can count the number of women who do that. So when a woman meets a challenge, what she does is just look at it and finds the best way to go around it. And so it could be a challenge, a nation building challenge, it could be a family challenge, it could be a challenge in church, but you still find a way to go around it. Yeah. Because that's just a woman for you. You understand?
Yeah. So that brings me, I remember a movie I watched. The movie is Harriet. I don't know, viewers must have watched the movie. The movie talks about a particular lady in American culture that they were was slaves. And then she found a way out of the slave geography space, and she went out. She was free. And instead of enjoying her freedom, she
wanted to bring out...
Yes, she came back to the slave and then delivered everybody.
Yes.
And it was so amazing that there were still men in that space, but did not work. So now we are trying to say that we celebrate women's energy.
Yeah.
We celebrate their tenacity.
Yeah.
So, Emma, do you have any story or any picture you could paint of women who Who dared?
Well, in fact, for that, in the aspect of Harriet, you said,
Okay.
you can call that selflessness. You know, women have this selfless spirit in them.
Okay.
They can go out their ways just for other people because they are this kind of people that are ready to groom children. They nurture. They have this nurture spirit in them. So they just don't think about themselves alone. They know they will still have to think about others.
Yeah.
And that was the same thing with Harriet.
Yeah.
She knows she has other people who are looking up to her. And she doesn't really need to think about herself. Oh, she's now out and she's free. The rest can die. Almost, she won't sleep. Because, she feels other people.
There are countless
Yes.
stories, even in history. Yeah? Remember the Aba riot of 1929?
Yeah,
If I'm not
yes,
mistaken.
Aba
Yeah.
riot.
So women got up and said, no, we are tired. The warrant chiefs were taxing them. You know, they were just making life difficult. And then women just got up and said, no, we can't continue to have this.
Yeah.
And so they just walked around the houses of those guys, the offices of those guys, and then they kept... There was something they said when we were working on a man. I've forgotten what they called, how they did that. And after a while, of course, even though they killed a number of them, they had no choice but to listen to what they were saying. And, you know, after that, it kind of changed how women were viewed in the political space.
Yes.
So realize that, yes, these women can actually be entrusted with leadership positions and all of that because they had this resilience, they just wanted something done and they went after it. Yeah. So
let's divert a bit. We've talked about, we've established how women are amazing beings, wonderful creatures. Can we go to the angle where sometimes women channel their energy to the wrong part of it? No, the essence of this is to help women who are in the wrong path to redirect their steps. So how can we help women who are, you know, someone said that it's Delilah that kills us. So how can women channel their energy to the right stuff?
Well, actually, the truth about it is that, like you mentioned Delilah, if you look through scriptures, you find several women that were doing stuff, and then there was Delilah, you know, and somehow I used to say this thing, you know, there's two sides of the woman, you know. There's that part that gives life, and there's that part that's if they decide to go after something wrong, you know, they may just go and achieve it as well. So that was what happened with Delilah. And so what I feel is, how does someone not channel their energy wrongly? It's just to, there are people who don't believe in God, yeah. But I think it's just to be right with God. It's the one thing that makes all the difference. It's the one factor that makes all of the difference. Because if you're going to say, oh, I'm not going to do wrong, I don't know. You don't have that power within yourself to not miss it on the way, yeah? Because you find out that there are people who just behave a certain way. No, they are doing well, you know, and then money comes and then they turn around and behave another way, you know. So what's the only factor that can make that difference? It's just God.
Yeah.
Yes, God that makes all of it.
I think empowerment also helps.
Okay.
Women need to be empowered because you see women, for them, they might be in the wrong place.
Okay.
Sometimes investing in the wrong people.
Sure.
But they believe that they can change a certain persons because of their creativity. Like they think they are creative and they can as well help certain people. So imagine a woman who has invested so much in a man in whom she knows very well is wrong. But yeah, she kept believing I can change this man. And then sometimes for my children, like I said, women are selfless. So irrespective of the challenges she's encountering, she wants to use that her selflessness to still remain there, believing that one day things will change. So I think those kind of people, they need to be enlightened, in which is being done, but still not enough because women are still going through with that.
Yeah.
And we are still trying to see how to. But in the aspect of Delilah, and we still have other people like Deborah who helped, and Delilah who also did something else. Women can make Oma someone.
Sure.
They can.
Sure.
If a woman wants to do somebody wrong, if they say they will bring you down, they will.
You know, that's what they say, hell hath no fury like the woman's spawn.
Yeah.
Yes, they definitely will. Women has this kind of real feel spirit in them that if they want to do something, they will speak to themselves and say, this thing, I would do it. And I definitely will. They don't back out.
Sure. So the challenge of women these days the same like the challenge of women in our mother's days? Because I know that in this age where we have the social media, we have 21st century, people are up and doing. I think the challenges of these days is not the same.
It's much more. The challenge is
much more.
Much more, yes. It's much more because in the days of our forefathers, the women were just stay-at-home mothers. They just care for the kids and the husband provide.
Yeah.
But now the mother is the one. She's a career woman. She has businesses. She's a wife. She's a mother. So she's trying to balance all these things together, which is definitely very challenging. Compared to that time, that you just wake up, sweep the house, cook, feed your children. You can even rest or do small farm work. But now, imagine a mother working from morning 8 till about 6 p.m. And when you return to the house, you need to take care of your children. Your husband needs to eat something.
And he will still eat after eating. Praise the Lord.
And they will still sleep well at night. No more. And they still have to wake up very early to prepare for the kids to go to school, to help them with their homework. And they still have tasks in terms of their career, what they're doing. Some of them that has this trading, they have to stay all night doing that. And still they are concerned. Imagine if the child is ill. She's still not okay, but she's trying to balance everything for it not to be known that she's going through challenges. So I think now it's much more compared to the olden days.
Yeah, according to Harvard research, it said that in the Western world, women can manage crisis, can stand crisis in the Western world, not yet, than men. Like they are emotionally stable. When they are faced with crisis, they can.
Well, I used to think, when they say women are emotional and men are logical, I used to think I think the person that did that is probably a man because sincerely, if you pay attention, you find out that men are more emotional
than women. Women are even logical.
A woman can go through something. Yes. A woman can go through a thing. No, sincerely, I think men are more emotional than women.
When we said that women are emotional, we it does not necessarily mean that it's the wrong emotions.
Whether it's wrong, the truth about it is that you find that a woman can handle situations better than if you find a larger number of women handle their emotions better than men.
It's true.
You just find that a woman can be going through something now and still come out like seriously. Like a woman can just finish giving birth now and still come out, just come out like nothing happened, and then still have a conversation. A woman, so
imagine it.
Yeah. So, but you just imagine that a man went through surgery, and then you are trying to have a conversation. He's not even ready to have that conversation. His mind is just, how do I heal from this surgery first before I have any other conversation? He doesn't have the time. So I think that, you're right about, it's not even only in the Western world. Actually, women are actually created to be more emotionally stable. Because I think that it's the emotion of the woman that guarantees the stability of the home, for instance.
True. I agree.
The Bible says that a wise woman builds a home, but the foolish one tears it apart. Yes. How do you build? It's not to bring blocks together. It's not to go and carry blocks and cement. It's not at all. How do you build? You build with your mouth. You build with your words. You build with your emotions. Yeah? Because there are things that can happen and you can hear a man explode, but as a woman, you just keep calm. And you watch. Sometimes it can even be you that should be exploding, but you just keep calm and watch because you are thinking, if I explode here now, I would scatter more things than I would have brought together. So, so you have a whole lot of things to do. You have to watch the children. You have to make sure that the children are okay. And sometimes a child can be crying through the night. The man may not even wake up.
For real?
Yes,
not all men. It's not all men.
A child can be running temperature. You are now the one that are reporting to your husband in the morning that this child was running temperature.
The husband might even come and say, please go and check the child.
Yes, it doesn't even know that anything happened that night. Sometimes it's just Of course, not all, yeah, but you can count on our fingers how many, how many is left. How many is left, yeah. So yeah, I mean, absolutely right.
Yeah.
I saw this video where a man said he was seriously ill. I think he had, was it an accident?
Okay.
So the wife had to quit her job. I saw that video this morning.
Okay.
The wife had to quit her job to come take care of him. Yes, in the house. So the wife was able to endure with him for like more than a year.
Wow.
Then until he was able to get back to his feet. And then the wife now had a stroke. I think that was shortly after then the wife had a stroke.
Wow.
And the man said for how many months of staying with the wife, he said he wants the divorce.
Wow.
That he cannot clean her poop. The whole that it's just something else. And people ask him, but your wife quit her job for you.
Yeah.
And so she took care of all your messes. He said, yeah, she did it, but me, I can't. I just can't.
Yeah.
And imagine me quitting my job, how to go and stay with her and clean poop, as in how.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you can now see the difference between some men and most women.
Yeah. Yeah, most. Actually, it's true. I think the endurance capacity of woman cannot be compared.
That reminds me.
Cannot be compared to.
That reminds me that when a husband dies and leave
The wife.
the wife, most women do not
remarry.
remarry.
Yes. But the man will go
Most
very fast.
In fact, wait, let me even say it. Once your wife is sick, they are just already calculating if you don't die now.
Yeah, geez.
You're not making plans ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, but but you find out that most women actually, I mean, my mom, my dad, even though they were separated for a while before he died, my dad died, and then my mom had suitors, like, and we were not like we were so young, but she just kept thinking about us, like, no, I can't even remarry and leave my children. Like, I said, remarry if you want to remarry. Until today, she's alive, still unmarried, you know. But I bet you that most...
Don't go there. Alright guys, you are viewing us, you are watching this video. You want to join the comment section to comment on some of the unsung strengths of women. Women are amazing beings, wonderful creatures. God gave the world, not just men. God gave the world to help us balance, because sometimes we can be very logical to the extreme, forgetting that there is place for emotions, there's place for consideration. I remember those days that if daddy flog you, mommy will be the one to say,
I
beg. So join, comment, and let's hear your view on this matter. All right, so let me come also from this aspect. Do we think that the way our young girls are raised, they can stand challenges of this 21st century? Yeah, I don't even. So the way young girls are raised, yes, can they withstand the challenges of this season? Because sometimes young girls, what we're celebrating today are what our mothers did or women did. Yeah. So do we have ladies like that or women like that still?
Young girls, well, I think they can.
Me, am I not a young girl?
Why not?
You know, but I just feel that it just takes a lot of intentionality to raise women, you know. But I actually think that more parents are doing so much better now.
Okay.
You know, are doing so much better, being intentional about raising their children, how they want them to grow, or what they want them to be in the future. Yeah. So more people are being enlightened about how you can raise your children better, you know. So how you can cut down on so many, maybe all those vices would normally associate with women. Then, you know, maybe someone is has low self-esteem, and then because somebody broke up with them, they want to die, you know, stuff like that. So nobody's raising children like that. You know, from birth, they are not telling you words of affirmation. I am beautiful. I am loved. You are loved at home. In case they go outside and tell you that you are not beautiful, so you know that in the house they know that I'm the queen. You know, so I think more parents are doing much better work. But it doesn't necessarily mean that, well, once in a while there won't still be people who don't do well. But I think on the average, we have more parents doing so much better, you know, trying to be more intentional with raising children. Their children.
I think our forefathers and mothers, they did more.
Really?
Because then they trained girls to be kind of more strong. They should be able to maintain any challenge that comes their way, and that's why most of them were resilient.
They actually trained them to be housewives.
Well, that's why
they trained them to be housewives.
Apart from that, they made them to be strong women, and that's why you see past the past years, most of those women who were advocates, they were still those olden days women that, you know, because of the training they got. But now, though we still have mothers who are training their children, but in the same line, we have mothers who aren't really. They just kind of pamper much more. Like, if you see some private schools, they will tell you don't touch a child. They will give the teacher a strong one. Whereas then, a mother will tell you, flog that child very well. If he or she messed up, discipline that child. But now, there are some schools, if you touch a child, you are in trouble. You dare not. They say, you can't train my child for me. Even them too, they don't touch children. They say now it's changing. And you see a woman, a daughter, talking back at the mother. I say, well, and she, you know, you are trying to copy the Western world. And you see a child telling the mother, shut up. And the mother is saying, I'm sorry. Africa, that was definitely not the case. Back then, they will remove your teeth now. How? But that's seriously happening now. Some mothers are overlooking the strange behaviors children are possessing now. And you need to do better.
We can do better.
Yeah.
And of course, it is always going to get better. All right, so let me bring this to, let's wrap up this by. Ma, do you think there are things we need to look out for, women need to look out for? Are there things that women are not paying attention to as we celebrate these women's
we still have a number of struggles,
Okay.
We still have a lot of struggles in terms of when it comes to women representation in maybe national in issues of the nation.
Okay.
Yeah, so in terms of politics, the representation is still very, very low. Still very, very low. Women are still strong. Yeah.
Like very.
Yes, very, very low. Women are still struggling. Women are still struggling for their voices to be heard. And you know, so we're still at that place where we're trying. I mean, in the Senate, you know, recently we heard what was happening, and in that Senate we have just about four women. Four female senators. Yeah, out of 109. We're not doing well.
That's true.
We're not doing well. So yes, there's still. So you say you've tried. I mean, what to say you've tried? Four of our 100.
Like apart from states, we've produced 2 female
commissioners,
deputy governors.
Okay, deputy.
We've had chief judges.
Okay, let's say for instance, Nigeria. How many years now? A woman has never become the president. Yeah, you say that.
But I may not even be struggling. I will not even be struggling for.
But they think a woman can man that can.
Why not?
We're not even struggling
change the country.
That. We are saying let's start somewhere first.
Right.
You know, yes, let's start somewhere. If you have said okay, you can only give maybe 4 seats to the women in the Senate. Allow their voices to be heard.
Their voices are heard now.
Allow their voices to be heard. Not that they are not men, of course. They are not men. So not saying that they are trying to take the places of men. Not necessarily. But
the thing is this: I think when it comes to women and men, a little equity, a little trying to say let's do the thing straight. It's as if we are oppressing the women. I don't know.
Is it the men that are really feeling attacked?
As in, you say,
No, like, I mean, like, when you are trying to say, let things be done properly,
yes.
that's when women feel that, like, they are oppressing them.
I doubt
It's
that.
a lie.
is the
Doubt
case.
it.
No.
Yes, I doubt it.
That's not the case, yeah. These women are intelligent, yes. They can
Of course.
stand their own grounds, yeah. When it comes, so they already know how things should be done. They already know how things should be done. And wait first. Wait, just wait. These people were elected by their own people. You understand? So you mean that, you know, maybe a whole village or a whole local government decided this is a person we want to represent it.
Okay.
You know, a whole community decided we want this person to and I'm sure that there were men who contested for that position as well. So I think that we should give women some more freedom, allow them to come into this space. You know, just not that. Of course, there are also bad eggs, just like there are bad eggs in the men. So let's not even make this a man or woman thing. You know, let's just have that opportunity. They said, okay, there's gonna be equal representation, or even if it's 20-70, or even if it's 30-40, anyhow. But they said, let it just happen the way it was set to happen, and then allow these women to do their work.
So apart from politics, is there any other way? Because
yeah, apart from politics, I think women are actually gaining grounds in business. You see women in business, you see women in leadership, in industries and banks. They're doing well, you know. Yeah, but politics is where, you know, when it comes to making decisions and when it comes to making real decisions that will affect, you know, a larger population. Yeah. So that's actually where we seem to be lagging behind a bit.
So
how
about the church?
Oh yeah.
Let's I'll drive back to the Orthodox.
You know that one is that one I don't know how I'm going to say that one, but you know that there are still people who are still very strict on their religious their own, so they have held on to it, and there's not much you can really do about it. But then of course you go to other churches and you find that there are women, you know, there are female pastors and sincerely, if you're talking about loyalty, women have got it.
100%.
If you are looking for loyal followers, yes, women have got it. You know, they are the kind of people that you can say, let's go there. They'll follow you anywhere. Once they've made up their mind, I'm following this person, they go with you. So that they are not giving women opportunities. It's just us losing out, you know.
Women tend to make the whole thing spicy. Imagine a program handled by women. You'll be so shocked at the outcome.
Yeah.
Definitely.
True.
At the end, everybody will eat to their satisfaction.
True.
They have a way of making things spicy and interesting. You see women handle the church things for them. Sometimes, you know, even there's some churches that don't allow women participate. Underground, women are the ones still doing things.
Yeah.
For the success of anything. The women are there.
Yeah.
They are trying to make sure, despite the fact that they don't allow them do this or that, but that still can't stop them. They still want to make sure this grows, and they try everything in their capacity to make sure it works.
Wow.
So that was one thing about women.
Sure.
Like once in my school, there's one of the secondary school I attended. We used this uniform and it was just white. Everybody, from the very first time they knew about that school, we used white gown.
Okay.
But then a woman came in as the principal. It has always been a man as the principal. When the woman came in, she said she does not like this white. She said, I need to change this uniform. And the communities, they said no. From the onset, we know this school as a school that uses white gown, and it must be so. The woman said, as long as I am concerned and as long as I'm the principal of this school, this uniform will be changed. Within the twinkle of an eye, they changed the uniform, and it's so cool, right? Like correct, so cool. So imagine they still know that it was a woman who changed this. So imagine a woman leading in a church settings. There are some churches now, women are the ones leading. Just take a look at the church.
Yeah.
So that's just, you cannot see a place just men there, and just see when they have men conference and women's conference. Just check the difference.
All right, let's make this to it close. Ma, in 1 minute, what do you have to tell a woman who is maybe downcasted, who is maybe depressed or down there? Just energize her and give her a word of encouragement.
I would say that there's nothing you're gonna go through that you're not equipped to rise above it. Yes, there's absolutely nothing. It really doesn't matter what it is. Just tell yourself, I'm equipped to come out of this. I mean, I have been through stuff that I thought, how am I going to get out of this? And after a while, I just started to tell myself, well, you're not going to sit down here. You're going to have to get up and get out, because you are more. You're more than you could ever imagine. So talk to yourself. Tell yourself, even if no one is telling you, it doesn't matter what you're going through. You're totally able to rise above it. You are able to rise above it. And that's not just me trying to motivate you. That's the absolute truth.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Emily, what do you have to tell our viewers? Maybe a young lady who think that life has shown her the worst, or as we say, shown her shady.
I want to drop this. The you in you is greater than the you think. Don't give up. Keep thriving. Women, we have this thing in us that can change our lives if we decide to. So don't just get yourself depressed over nothing. You can do better. If you decide to stand up, then you can change the world. You change the world if you want to. So stand up, get up back to your feet, and kick on.
Amazing. Women are strong. Women are amazing. Women are beautiful. Women are wonderful. God took time to create them, and this made them very special. Of course, I would agree, special than men. All right, this is Question No Podcast, where we question the norms and we challenge the status quo. I guess you've learned value. I guess that you've taken note of one or two. And you as a woman, or you that is a man watching this, can share this to a lady or a woman who needs to see this video as well. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Ubong Johnny. Bye for now.